Hello everybody, this is Assassin StarCraft, and right now I'm going to be casting some more StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty action. In the bottom right side we have ShowTime, who is a Protoss, and in the bottom left side we have EmpireKas. I'm sure you all know who he is, a high Grandmaster player or mid Grandmaster. So it's going to be a PvT, two of my favorite players. ShowTime is about a high Master, almost GM, I would think so. About low GM, around there, yeah. So this is going to be on Taldum Altar, I believe. But this is the newer version of Taldum Altar, so there's no rocks blocking you from escaping your base. And there is another expansion over here which you can secure relatively easily, and a lot of expansions on the left side of the map, along with the right side of the map. So everything is standard at the moment. There goes the pylon, and we do see ShowTime scouting after pylon. So you can secure your natural. If you can wall this off really nicely, then you might not have to worry about anything. But there's also another trick, you see? Your opponents can actually run through here, actually come up over here, and then could actually attack your natural or even run straight into your main. So this map is kind of ballsy, I would think so, but it actually is a pretty awesome map. One of the very first StarCraft 2 maps ever. And there goes the barracks going down instead of being walling off over there, because walling off against the Protoss is just kind of weird. And we should see the gateway on the way. Indeed we do. I'm presuming we will see a 1 Rax expand, considering this is a PvT. Or maybe a 1 gate gas kind of a timing attack, I don't know. Not 1 gate, but yeah, 1 gate cybercore expand or sentry mortal all in. If you can get those force fields down really nicely, you can actually do some major damage to your opponent's army. And take it out severely that he would probably not even be able to make a comeback. Kind of all in, exactly, it actually is an all in. So there is the second pylon, preventing that supply block over there. And we do see 3 guys getting thrown in the gas immediately. And should probably go down and throw his cyber core or even make an expansion. You can never be sure on what you want to do. And there goes the cyber core. And we see the orbital command on the way. And that 1 marine will probably not be able to kill that probe. But that probe does not see the expansion. Actually, the probe just blocks the expansion. Kind of awesome there. So once that marine pops, I should probably think it will go and kill it. Should probably send that SCV back to produce another thing. But instead we see the command center being placed in the main to prevent it from being scouted. But ShowTime saw that he wanted to go for a command center. And we do see the supply depot wall offing. 1 more or 2 more supply depots will be able to finish off the job. Kind of ballsy taking the watchtower with a probe. Even maybe with a Zealot would be fine, or Stalker. But with a probe, not too sure. I'm sensing a timing attack considering he has no gas, and we see that supply block just a couple seconds, but you know, that happens to a lot of us, that's fine. And there goes the pylon, the spreading of the pylons, which I love to do. Probably would be seeing an expansion sooner or later, but the Stalker will be chrono boosted out. Probably wants to grab that watchtower control. Nope, wants to actually head over here. So there we go, we do see the expansion going down for our Protoss player, but it will be delayed instead of our Terran players, because this was actually placed early in the base, but you can always land there earlier than the Protoss Nexus will be constructed. But it looks like our Protoss player will be gathering information when his opponent is going for an attack. But it looks like these Marines will be able to clean up this 1 probe. Shame, that probe is on hold position and will always die. So we do see the Stalkers should probably be able to take out all these Marines. It depends, like 1 Stalker is basically overpowered compared to Marines. But it looks like that 1 Stalker will be getting zapped, should probably fall back over there. And they will be getting into that bunker. That Stalker is not very safe. Did not lose any of its HP, but it will be regenerating shields sooner or later. So we see the double gas going down. Could potentially see 2 guys being thrown in there, 2 guys. As in 2 people and 2 people instead of 3 people, but we do see the 3 SCVs going in there, because the 2 SCV and the double gas is a known build nowadays. But by doing that, putting the 3 guys in gas, you're actually being a bit safer. So we do see another gateway is on the way for our Protoss player, along with the first sentry. And there goes the robotics facility. It might be a bit late to go for a sentry immortal all in, but it's never late to do anything. So there we go, we see the nice supply depot wall off. Could wall this off, but you know, defense is also key to StarCraft 2, but so is offense. Which means that you cannot always play for defense. Like when I was in Bronze, and that was like a while ago, I would basically let a Terran get to late game, which is not such a bad idea. But this Terran, considering it was Bronze, went mass siege tank and walled off completely. And I couldn't enter his base because there were turrets and everything, so it was really tough to actually enter. But we do see the Forge is on the way along with the other gas on the natural. So we see triple gas being produced for our Protoss player. The reactor is on the way for the barracks, and so is the Stimpact instead of the combat shields. But I presume we will be seeing a second tech lab on, or a second reactor being placed down, and the one upgrade for our Terran player is being commenced at this moment in time. And there's the double gas or quadruple gas, if you might want to say that. So there we see the armor being researched instead of the attack. It's kind of interesting because armor is important, but so is attack. Attack is actually very important. So it looks like our Protoss player wants to secure a third base over here, but doesn't look like he'll be securing any third base for a while because those sentries will take a really long time, because those rocks are getting tickled very, very slowly. And there comes the hero Zealot over there, hacking down those rocks. And we see the observer's going to fly out and see what's going on at the old Terran base of EmpireKas. But we do not see much of a mech play, considering this is Wings of Liberty, because mech is only kind of upgraded in HOTS. So other than that, I presume a reactor will be placed down on this factory, and indeed there's the reactor. Should probably get, excuse me, I was slopping there for a second, if that's the word, I don't know. Should probably get the armory for the 2-2 on the way, and we do see a right amount of SCVs over there. Should probably not get his double gas yet, and our Protoss does scout this.
Research complete.
He sees everything that's going on here. EmpireKas not so aware of it, but if he is looking closely, he should be able to see this. And considering he is producing Marines really fast, then he should be able to kill this off easily. So we do see the High Templar our Templar Archives is on the way, and now the third base would probably be produced over here. But it looks like that one Stalker will take out that Marine with ease. And we see that our Protoss player knows that there is a third base on the way. And the first two High Templar are out, so this could very well mean Storm. Could very well mean more Archons. So this is kind of, it's really good to get High Templar out at this early in the game, so you can put on some kind of pressure to your opponent. Doesn't look like he can quite afford, actually he can afford it, I think he's saving up for an expansion though. And I thought that was like a proxy barracks, like what? But no, it's a proxy pad. That's just a pylon to actually defend. But we do see that our Protoss player, our Terran player will be moving out very slowly. Should probably work on Storm once he gets the gas for it, because Storm is awesome. Or could make these into Archons, but it doesn't look like our Protoss player ShowTime knows about this. But I'm sure he actually does, because I think he had the Watchtower control or something. Yeah, I think he had the Watchtower control. Besides, he can just send out the Observer and he'll basically see... Oh, he saw everything. So he sees the 1-1, but our Protoss player has the 1 armor. And is working on the 1 attack along with Charge Lots, or Speedlings, or along with Zealot Legs. I don't know. But we still do see quite a huge push. Could very well drop here with Medivacs. But should probably try not to actually go for any risks. Probably should try and take out that army. Might be able to, but there's a bit too many Marauders there to actually be able to take it out. Needs to walk on Storm, which is what we're exactly seeing at the moment in time. This is about halfway through. No, actually, it's about quarter way, halfway through, 3/4, whatever. But we do see a Warp Prism is on the way. Should probably make 3 or 4 Warp Prisms to do multi-prong attacks, which is good. A lot of Protoss players actually have struggled with that. They struggle with that by placing, for an example, 1 attack at the main, 1 attack at the natural, and for an example, 1 attack at the 3rd or 4th or 5th, versus basically anything. A lot of Protoss players struggle with that and a lot of people struggle defending that. But the only way to defend that is to split up your army. And if I keep on clicking this, I'm sure one day it'll come true that I will actually make a replay player actually allow that to happen. But in HOTS, you actually can allow that to happen without any even trouble. So we do see the High Templars do have Storm now. Oh, and they are being loaded up. And it does look like he might just storm the mineral line. I said mineral line, excuse me. Or he might just go for the Archons and then take out those SCVs one by one. But these SCVs are mechanical and biological, so it shouldn't be that hard to actually take them out. And we see 1 Storm being placed down, preventing our Terran player from actually attacking. Medivac's relatively low on HP over here. Kind of surprised to see this. But this Warp Prism wants to be safe and go all the way around. And yes, indeed. So we see the other gas being taken by our Terran player. And the 2-2 upgrades are on the way, along with the 2-2 upgrades for our Protoss player. And 1 cannon. So he's going to probably drop the Warp Prism over here and possibly chase this army, or even do another Warp Prism drop over here. It's hard to tell because he can drop those High Templar and drop a couple of Zealots by warping them in. Plus, you can just storm that mineral line. Oh, it's so... Oh, the storm! And those SCVs will die pretty fast. So the unit's loss tab is relatively even, but our Protoss player has lost less, which is never good for a Terran player, because as Terran you always want to have lost a bit less than a Protoss. And I would think that our Protoss player wants to go for an attack, but it does not look like it. So we have 74 probes to 61 SCVs, considering that Storm did do a reasonable amount of damage. And there goes the 1 turret. The Warp Prism might be able to come through if he comes over here, and then I don't know, but it might be a bit complicated. But now once those mules drop exactly what I just said, that economy for our Terran player will be back up and running. So we do see more gateways on the way, along with another Warp Prism. I think I saw a Warp Prism. Is that it? Warp Prism? Oh no, that's just the units tab, excuse me. But we do see more High Templar on the way, but this is a lot of Marauders, guys. Actually, not even enough. You need to make more. But other than that, it's quite a lot. And if our Protoss player does not react with Colossus or some kind of unit that's good versus Marauders, like, I don't know, Immortals or Colossus, then you shall not actually be able to get this done right. So I think the Robotics Bay did just finish. I think so. If it did, where did it finish? But we see that he hasn't transformed these two into gateways yet. Warp gates, excuse me. The APM for these players is kind of high. Could be higher, but you know, you can't really judge a player by his APM, because these players have such good skill that it's kind of hard to even judge. But we do see a 4th base on the way for our Protoss player, and we see only our Terran player is only on 3 bases, excuse me, when the Protoss is almost on 4. And we see a major push happening over here. This army is totally out of position, but we might see a base trade over here. A base race, excuse me. But it looks like those Archons with the 2-2 are pretty darn good. But I would think that defending this or duking it might be the wiser idea. Oh, and those Zealots will die, because Ghosts are just overpowered. So we saw that he did take out his opponent's 3rd base, but the command center did not die. As you can see, it's here holding a couple SCVs. But this army is so gonna get taken out so badly. Needs to get those money storms. No, you can't engage that directly. You need those money storms. Oh, and those High Templar are history. So we see quite a bit of High Templar chilling over here, just like I'm giving up on life. But looks like this army will be lost to the amount of Marauders and Marines. As you can see, the supply for our Protoss player has been reduced really severely. But it did reduce for our Terran player, but our Terran player is almost maxed out. So I'm sensing a Colossus, High Templar, Zealot. But Stalkers are also good, because like Stalkers are the key counter to Vikings, because they're basically the only good unit that can shoot air in the Protoss army, except the air units, obviously. I don't know if any of you actually realize this, but the only air unit that I think that cannot actually shoot air is a Banshee. I think that's it, and a Medivac, obviously, but like that's just a healing unit, I guess. So the storms are ready to go. No, oh, the Vikings get stormed just in time, because like you don't want those Vikings shooting away your Colossus. But oh, 1 Viking does go down. Needs to work on more Vikings, obviously, and we see another Warp Prism along with another command center and a planetary fortress. Sorry, I'm speaking kind of fast over there. Probably knows that he would be attacking over here, so should probably, now that I think of it, send a couple units or some High Templar over there. Oh no, that's a bad idea. No. Oh no, here we go. But it looks like those probes might be able to escape. You can't really tell nowadays. Oh my gosh, those probes are so dead. Literally, only like a couple escaped. But we see quite a... Oh, the money storms! We see a huge battle, and we see the supplies for our Terran just pummeling for our Protoss also because he basically lost everything. All of his workers, basically. So we do see a lot more units in production for our Terran player, and another base is being produced, has been done, and along with another 3 racks on the way. So he needs to work on more Marauders, which is Ghosts, Marauders, Marines, but his income is just not high enough for Marauders. Marauders are so expensive. This might be the right time for our Protoss player to push out. I was really sure that once that army had died over here at about the 15-minute mark or 18-minute mark that it was over. But it looks like our Protoss player shows that it was not over. And there goes the proxy pylon. Should probably set up one more. It looks like this Marine might just be able to scout everything, but nothing's really new. That was kind of a bad idea. Marine versus Stalker. I wonder who's going to win that battle. Needs to wait for the High Templar, because without the High Templar, this army is basically useless. Unless there's not many Marauders, but we do see a decent amount of Marauders, a lot of Ghosts. That's where all that gas income was going, if you all were wondering. Should probably transfer and get some more gas rolling over here. His natural is about mined out. Should actually transfer to his third, excuse me. And that factory will go down. So the unit's loss tab is actually favoring our Protoss. 12,125 resources lost for our Protoss, and 13,590 lost for our Terran. And the units tab is currently favoring our Protoss, because we see 23 Marauders to 6 Archons, 26 Marines to 3 Colossus, which can just take those out, 9 Ghosts to 12 Stalkers, and a lot of High Templar. And the probes are still actually ahead. And if you did not know this, that a Archon is kind of psionic, plus it is not a armored unit. It is a massive unit. Why would you? Okay. So we're gonna actually follow this army for now. It looks like this one High Templar is gonna probably get sacrificed. Nope. So this army will be falling back, because you cannot really engage that kind of an army so fast. I was thinking of powering through the entire StarCraft 2 campaign, but then I said, nah. Online is way better. But it looks like EmpireKas is going for it. I don't know. But now we see that his supply is gone up, and he's got the money for... Well, that was a nice shot. He's got the gas and the minerals for more medivacs, for more Ghosts, but those minerals are now actually gone. And we see the nice big probe line running down over here. But our Protoss player has got a lot of gas, which is always good. And looks like this one Colossus, excuse me, a couple Archons should why would you do that? Like, really? What? Where's everything happening? Oh my gosh, I made a huge mistake. Okay, let's do that. No, let's go follow the army. Finally, okay. No! Why does this happen to me all the time, everybody? Ah! All the time. It literally never works. Okay, resume the game. Wow, that was just too much trouble for just a simple thing to actually do. But we do see the Vikings are over here. And it looks like this army will be getting chased down. Needs to move the Colossus back, because Vikings are so good. Oh, there's one storm. I guess you could say one storm. But we see so many scans being placed down for our Terran player. Supplies are better for our Protoss. And the storm! You need to get the storm! Ah! Oh, they are the storms taking out those Vikings immediately. But it looks like that one Viking will be able to get that one Colossus. And the army for our Protoss player has disappeared, ladies and gentlemen. We only see High Templar and Zealots. This is actually very interesting. What a comeback by our Terran player. Our Protoss player is on 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 bases. He's on 3 or 4 bases. And he actually managed to do that. Congratulations. Wow, that is actually really impressive. He needs to make the attack now, otherwise you're never going to actually make it. But these medivacs need to be repaired. No, not repaired. They just need more energy. But we do see another army being produced for our Protoss player. But since EmpireKas did go for such low tier units, which is usually kind of normal, versus basically, well, Protoss. Oh, that one storm could change the game. Looks like he did weaken that army. Needs to go for the push. It's so close. And the supply for our turn play is below because they're such low tier units. And looks like those Marauders will just get wiped out immediately. Because, well, you know, they were stormed. It was kind of a misclick. Oh, the Stalkers, yes. And oh, that was a bad idea. Because Marauders are just pretty bad versus anything light or anything massive. There's the GG, and I was actually surprised. Around the 20-minute mark, when our Protoss player lost his army, I think attacking over here, I thought that he had lost it. But same over here, when he lost his army, I thought EmpireKas had won it. But then we did see that one storm and that one misclick is so important in a professional StarCraft 2 game. Anyway, guys, the units lost tab is kind of insane, as you can see over there. That's actually gonna be it for now. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and of course, I'll see you guys next time.